Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance. He is the Director of Southern Africa Chartered Institute of Management and Leadership, and also the Country Director for Chartered Institute of Customer Management, as well as the Country Director for Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, all in Eswatini. He's also the founder and Executive Director of IRDM, and also the Chief Organizer of Eswatini Customer Service Week. He is in the person of Dr. Oliver Museka. Let's welcome Dr. Oliver as he gives us the first presentation. Doc.
Thank you so much, Dr. Asare, for the opportunity. Thank you to all those that have logged in. I will be speaking generally customer service, aligning it to strategic management. Kindly allow me to share my screen, Doc, so that I also share my slides as well.
Doc, you can go ahead. You can share your screen. Hello, Genevieve.
Yes, Doc, I can hear you now. I'm using my phone now.
Okay. Okay. Dr. Oliver, our moderator is in now, and I think it's fair we give her a chance to also continue. I think she had a bit of a challenge with her gadgets. Hello, Madam.
Yeah, good morning to everyone. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself this morning. We are happy to have you all on board. And I'd like to say welcome, Dr. Oliver. Already, Dr. Asare Bediako has done the introduction. So I'll leave you to start with your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Madam, for the opportunity. As Dr. Asare has already introduced, I'm not going to waste much time. I'll go straight into the slide and look at what we're going to look at or what we're going to present on. I'm going to speak about customer centricity. I'm also going to talk about teamwork. I'm going to talk about customer satisfaction, and as well as the voice of the customer. I've chosen these topics because they usually affect the management. Maybe before I start on the lecture, I should indicate that gone are the days where we had a customer service as a department within an institution, but customer service has now become a culture which every organization needs to adapt to. So if you look at the traditional organizational structure, we had 3 levels of management, starting with the top management, which are the strategic leaders of the organization, the middle managers, which are the tactical or departmental heads, and then the frontline managers, which are the people that are on the ground running operations, and with the customers right at the bottom of the organization. So all that mattered with the organization, it had to do with the build-up or the structure of the organization. But now we are saying the modern organizational chart now, you should realize that there is only one person who can close a business. It's only one person who can bring operations to hold. And that person who can bring operations to hold is the customer. So the customer has to be at the center of the organization. Otherwise, hence what we're saying is all institutions should build their strategy or structure around the customer centricity. What are we saying now? We are saying from the traditional organizational chart that we had, we have turned it upside down. We have the customers right on the top, and then we have the frontline officers or the operations management team slightly below the customers. Because if we go back to the traditional structure, what we find is the people that are right on the ground, the operations, they are the people that are interfacing for the organization with the customers. And these people now, internal customers, tactical managers, and the tactical managers become internal customers to the strategic management, because there is a movement of information from the bottom to the top of the organization. But now what we are saying now is, if and if takes customers right at the top, that is what we call customer centricity, to say whatever activities, whatever the organization does, it does that bearing in mind that the people that matter most is the customer. Like I said before, it's only one person who can lead to the close of business. You can have very good policies, you can have very good management etiquette, but if we don't have good customer services, we can find ourselves out of business. How so? Because globalization has brought in serious competition to business. And you realize that the people that we are having as our clients are the same people that are also going next door. So how do we make sure that we survive? How do we make sure that we stand as an organization? We need to come up with customer-centric approaches that at the core of the strategic management, or the core of the planning of the business. What we need to do is we need to plan that around managers, around the customers. So we need to have a staff, or our staff, or our members of staff, they need to have a customer-centric approach. The first thing that our customers should have is, they should, our staff or our personnel should have is, they should be courtesy. Regardless of whether you're in service industry, production industry, but your staff, they should have courtesy. What do we mean by courtesy? They should show politeness to the client. Showing politeness, that is in terms of attitude, in terms of behavior, in terms of body language, in terms of the person. They should show that they care, the courtesy. That's a major aspect of customer service. What I've noticed and realized, an institution can come up with very good policies, but if it does not have people that are going to implement, or people that are going to take care of that aspect of customer service, then the policies might be of no use. I've seen with concern that when you walk into a clothing factory, there are people that are in there, and when you walk in, the person doesn't talk to you. The person follows you, you turn right, the person follows you, you turn left, the person follows you. When you touch either a shirt or something that a product from the shop, then that's when you hear the person say 50 rands, $5. The person has not even interacted with you. The person just appears and says 50 rand. The concept behind that is very good, to indicate that we are available to assist you. We are here to help you. But now, it does not make any sense if that has not been communicated with the customer. Because you realize that if a person just follows you in a shop, or if a person just comes to you, looks at you, does not greet you, does not say anything, then it becomes very difficult for you to open up, or for you to be able to say what you want. So the aspect of courtesy, and the aspect of courtesy now comes into, goes hand in hand with what we now call the meet and greet attitude. The meet and greet attitude. What do we mean by meet and greet attitude? We are saying, when a customer, or when we are interacting with a customer, or we have got a customer or a client that is in front of us, the first thing that we need to do is, we need to greet the person. It's also supposed to be empathetic. You know, when it comes to issues of customer service, we don't use sympathy, but we use empathy. What is the difference between sympathy and sympathy and empathy? When you sympathize with the person, you feel pity for the person. But when you empathize with the person, you place yourself in the shoes of the person. When you place yourself in the shoes of the person, you are able to understand the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts that are in that particular person. And as a result of that now, it becomes very easy for you to give good customer service, right? Because in customer service now, there is what we call the customer experience. Customer experience is when a client or a customer comes in contact with the service. The customer experience. What experience does the person have? What impression does the person get from the interaction with our product? There's a saying that says you don't need a second chance to make the first impression. Neither do you, as well as says the first cut is good. So the impression that we make right at the beginning determines the relationship that we're going to have with the customer. Determines whether that person is going to be is willing to part with the hard-earned cash in order for them to give you business. So our staff has to have, one, they have to have courtesy, two, they have to show empathy, and three, helpfulness. Helpfulness. You know, one aspect is we've got different kinds of customers that we deal with. We've got basically about 4 groups of customers that we deal with. We've got what we call unique customers. By unique customers, these are people that don't complain. You do whatever you want to them, they just look at you, they continue doing business with you. Those are, they don't complain. Service, they're not going to say anything. These grouping of people, they do have the money, they don't play on prices or money is not a problem for them, but what all they want is they want a good experience and they want value for money. So these guys now, the high roller customers, is when you don't give them the expected service, what they simply do is next time you don't see them, they go elsewhere. And then we also have what we call chronic complainer customers. Chronic complainer customers are customers that come in, whether you do good, you do bad, they still complain. You ask yourself, what is it that I can do to assist this person? Nothing, but the person only complains. And then we also have what we call abusive customers. Customers who, when they come in, they give you business. But before they give you business, they are so abusive. Their language is not censored. When they speak, they can say anything, right? But they give business. So what we should do is, we should understand that since we said we are empathetic, we are placing ourselves in the shoes of the customer, but we are not being sympathetic. Placing yourself in the shoes makes you understand the customer, because you cannot be a customer-centric organization if you don't understand the client, the type of customers that you deal with. So your clients now, your staff now need to show an attitude of helpfulness, so that when the person comes in, feels at home, feels welcome, feels that these people, they know what they are doing. So the aspect of helpfulness, and they should be willing to go an extra mile. Willing to go an extra mile. Remember what I said to say, regardless of the business that you are in, be it service, be it production, the product that you're coming up with is similar. If we take a coffee powder, you look at the ingredients that I come up with. Now, the ability of that or the ability of that organization to go an extra mile. So, approach, we need to be show helpfulness, and we should also be willing to go an extra mile. That is what makes us maintain customers. Maintenance of customers now, it leads to what we call loyal customers. Why is it important for us to have loyal customers? Loyal customers, these are the people that will always come to the party, even when you know. We are currently under this pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. But those that are in business will understand that we are surviving now in business because of the loyal customers, people that are loyal to us as an institute. So that is what we need to create at the end of the day. So that's why we're saying an organization, as much as it is being strategically positioning itself, it needs to align itself with what the customer wants. That is what we call customer centricity, having the customer at the core of the organization, having an individual that represents the customers within the organization, taking time to understand the needs of the customer. Apart from understanding the environment, you need to understand the needs of the customer. Understanding of the needs of the customer, it helps us to come up with an approach that addresses, maintains happy customers. Once our customers are happy, they become our advocates. Because when one is pleased with the product, that person will never keep quiet. In this day and age of social media, Facebook and so on, when one gets an exceptional customer experience, people don't shut their mouth. They go online, they pass a comment. If that comment is good, what that means is, even to those people that had never been in contact with the institution or organization, they want to explore, they want to experience what other people are sharing. But if we are not customer-centric, we might find ourselves out of business. Why? Because when one puts across a bad rating on the organization, on the customer service, the type of customer service that they've received, what basically happens is that now grows like goes on like wildfire, because once it goes on social media, it moves and moves and moves, and many people are going to come in. So an organization needs to have a customer-centric approach. In having a customer-centric approach, we also need to have a customer-centric staff. Having a customer-centric staff now, one also needs to work on our internal customer service. What do we mean by internal customer service? We're saying within the organization, there has to be an understanding of interrelatedness of each and every department within the organization. How are they related? Because one department becomes a customer to the next department. Why is it important for us to work on our internal customer service? Because the internal customer service now has got a bearing on our external customer service. So in most cases, what we see as bad customer service, it's not because of the frontline officers. No, it's because of
Hello, Doc. Hello, Doc.
Hello, we are losing you, Doc.
I won't do that now. Okay. Regardless of a very good product, regardless of whatever we are offering, if we don't have that customer-centric approach, then we are likely to find ourselves out of business. So customer centricity now, what are we saying now? The leadership of the organization is supposed to be customer focused. We need a customer focused leadership. Starting from the helm of the organization, going to the least person in the organization, we all need to be customer focused. We need to understand that the person who butters our bread is the customer. Once we understand that now, we do not have a problem. Because all that we're going to do, we're going to do it to create a great experience for the customer. We need to understand our customers. Take time, sit down and say, we have been in business or we are in business. What kind of customers do we have? The customers that we have, what kind of customers we have? And if we understand the customers, it's easier to satisfy them. You cannot satisfy a customer that you do not understand. I always say the biggest customer to all of us is our spouses. If you're a married man, your biggest customer is your wife. If you're a married woman, your biggest customer is your husband. How so? Relationships break as a result of bad customer service. So we need to understand our customers. The same approach that we use with our spouses, the same approach that we use to marry our customers. Why? Because we need to create a relationship with the customers, what we call customer relationship management. We need to create a relationship with the customer. So you cannot satisfy a customer that you do not understand. You need to design experience, design the experience. When people are going to interact with us, when people are going to interact with our product, when the people are going to come in contact with our organization, what impression do they get of us? An experience is designed. We're designing experience. That's why you see, even when it comes to the outlook of the office, it designs an experience to say, when one walks in, are they confident to do business with you? When they start interacting with you, are they confident to do that? So as management or as senior management, we need to design an experience that we want our customers to have. Remember, in as much as these are your customers, you are also a customer elsewhere, and you understand what really customers want. So we need to come up with approaches that designs an experience to say, when we come in contact with our customers, what is it that they say about us? And when we're designing an experience now, we need to empower the frontline officers. The frontline officers, these are people that are interacting or interfacing with the customers. So if these people are not empowered, these people won't give a good representation of the institution. So in order for them to represent an organization well, in order for them to represent a product well, these people need to be empowered. So you realize that information movement, products, details or information, these are things that the people that are within the organization need to understand. They need to be empowered with all the information that is required, because the worst case scenario is trying to provide good customer service of a product or a service that you don't understand yourself. So there is a need for us to empower the frontline officers, and once we have empowered our frontline officers, these people are then able to represent us as an institute. So we need to come up with the matrices that matter to say what is that we are doing, how are we doing it, and why are we doing it? It's very important in customer service. So the other aspect that we also need to look at is the aspect of feedback. When you do something good, you don't sit down and say, I've done something good. Neither do you play the drum and dance to it yourself. No, play good music and let others dance. Give other people an opportunity to tell you or to give you a feedback on how you are doing it. Because the aspect of customer centricity and the aspect of customer service, it's not one aspect that we can say we are done and we are fine and we relax. It's a continuous process. And the needs of the customers, they change each and every time. So we need to have a continuous feedback. I'm going to speak about the voice of the customer later. But the feedback now, it helps us to improve ourselves, one. It helps us to change. It helps us to maintain what we have been doing good. We need to understand what we are doing good and why are we doing, how we are doing, how it is good. We need to understand where we are faltering and how we are faltering as well. So it is important to always get a feedback. So I'll come again. When we speak of customer centricity, we are saying, one, we need a customer-focused leadership. We need to understand the customers. We need to design the experience. We need to empower the frontliner. We need to have properly articulated matrices that matter. We also need to have a feedback that drives continuous improvement. Out of that now, we then align ourselves to the magic word. What is the magic word? The magic word is please. The magic word is please. What are we saying by that? We're saying the P, we need to protect. Protect your customers from spiraling debt and protect your brand. You need to protect your brand. You need to protect your customer. You need to protect your brand. What customers need to understand to know is they want to feel recognized. When you have a customer, the customer wants to feel recognized. The customer wants to feel important, right? The customer wants to feel valued. So as an institute, we have got an obligation of protecting our brand. Apart from protecting our brand, we also have got an obligation of protecting our customer. So when we protect our customer now, they feel at home. And how do we do that? We also need to listen. I always say when it comes to customer service, we need to listen, and listen. What does that mean? It means at the core of customer satisfaction, at the core of making the customer happy, what we need to do is we need to listen to the customer. So we need to recognize the value in talking to customers and their requirements. That the customer requires. I've noticed with concern some of our fellow brothers, when you walk in, you buy something, and then when you walk in the next minute, you want to exchange. They tell you, no. There's no exchange policy here. Once you take, and that's it. I remember at one time, I bought a modulator from another shop. After buying the modulator, I only drove for a few kilometers. The modulator was not working. I came back to the shop and I complained. When I complained, the guy just took the modulator, put it on a charger and said, you see, to switch him on. Please check, don't come back again. That's good. We've got the money for today. But are we thinking about tomorrow? Because what is the customer going to say about us? What are they going to carry home? Right? The experience that we have with products, the experience that we have with organizations, the experience that we have with customers is the one that makes us want to come back for some more. So we need to listen to our customers, to recognize the value in talking to customers. And it's very important that we do that. We also need to engage. We need to engage our customers. You sit down and say, for the past month, we have regular customers. Just taking time to understand why do they always come back to you. It's very important to say, as a customer, you have got a customer. It's not about the customer coming and being happy and say they've come in and they've given us money. But sitting down and taking time to say, why do these people come to us? Get time to get to the customer and say, to understand them, to engage them. What is it that they get? How do they feel? And what experience do they have? What is it that they say about us as an institute on the way we provide customer service or in the way we do things within the organization? Let's engage our customers. Provide your customer with as many different methods of engaging with you as possible, right? If in this day and era, it's inevitable that we've got an institutional organization, a company that does not have social media pages. Those platforms, they give us an opportunity to engage with the customers. So we need to engage with the customers. It can be telephonically, it can be through social media, it can be through visit, depending on the industry that you are in. There's need for us to engage the customers. And we also need to assist our customers. We need to assist our customers. We have got, you know, the interesting thing is, the era that we are in now, we are living in an era where people are informed. People understand what they want. People, before they go shopping, people, before they acquire a service, what they do is they sit down, they Google, they sit down, they Google, they search for information, and when one leaves the comfort of their house, going to look for the product, already they understand that they know what they want. So when these people come in now, some of them will be on the wire, not exactly knowing what they need or what they want. So we need to assist our customers when they come through. We need to offer valuable assistance to our customer to better the situation. A customer can come in, it's not about sucking the money. Going an extra mile, like I indicated earlier on, it makes that person comfortable. It makes the person not to shut their mouth. I know of a concept that is being used by banks, where on your birthday, you wake up in the morning, and then there's a message that is saying to you, "Happy birthday." Imagine the feeling. A bank has got millions and millions of clients, but they've taken their time to say happy birthday to me. That's the feeling that the customer has. To say, of all the people that are in this bank, or all the people that bank with this bank, the bank has seen value in me, wish me happy birthday. That brings a lasting impression to the customer. It shows that we care. So, as part of the magic word, the word please, we need to assist our customers. When they come in, at times you realize they don't have enough money, but we've got other options that we can give them. We need to come in. Like I indicated, it's not a game of cashing today, like we're not going to cash again tomorrow, we're going to close tomorrow. But it's a game of maintaining a relationship. Maintenance of a relationship now, it cuts on the issues of advertisement. But it comes at a period that when you've given the best customer service, shut their mouth, they go about speaking about the product. Thereby they'll be marketing your product, and in turn you get more clients. We also need to support our customers. What do you mean by support? We provide support to your customer. Are they facing financial difficulties, emotional difficulties? We need to look into that. Just going an extra mile. You've got a client that they religiously always come and pay, and they pay cash, and they're coming this time. They're really in need of a product, and they're saying they're going to pay in 3-4 days time. At times it means going that extra mile, supporting them, saying, no. We are here for you as an institute. We are here for you as a business. We are here for you as an organization. So since you are our loyal customers, you can have the buy. You can make the payment in 3 days. It's showing support. To say, even when things are bad, we stand by you. Remember what I said earlier on, I said, we need to engage. When we engage with our customers, we also realize the difficulties that they are going through. And there is need for us to then come through and say, how best can we solve this situation? How best can we assist a customer? So there's need for support for the customer. And apart from support, there's need for education. Our customers need to be aware of what is expected of them. They need also to be aware of the product that we are offering. We need to give all the sufficient information on the product and service that we are having. There's need for educating the customers. Remember what I said. We are working on creating loyal customers. And it is only the availability of customers that makes us adapt in the environment that we are working in. Once we can change, we can have big plans, but all those big plans, they don't matter if we don't have clients. Once we have clients, then we can start talking. You cannot think of coming up with a new strategy if there is nothing in the bank. If you don't have people to please, if you don't have customers, that becomes your major headache. So we need to engage, to educate our customers, so to be aware of what we do, how we do things. Our customers need to do that. I've noted with concern that in this day and age of technology, we still have people that walk into the bank and they stand in long queues waiting to withdraw money or to make payments or to make transfers. And those people, unless they are educated or someone comes to their rescue to say there are platforms that you can do or that you can use for doing this. We've seen ATMs that can be used for banking, and there's no need for someone to walk to the bank to cash in money. One can just bank from an ATM. But we still have long queues in the bank, and the ATMs are empty. What can be an attributing factor? An attributing factor can be people are not aware of what we do. we need to make people aware. So like I said earlier on, we need to show customer centricity, and in showing customer centricity, we need to use the magic word. And the magic word is please. What does please stands for? It stands for protect, listen, engage, assist, support, and educate. So that's all that we need. But in order for us to do that now, we do that as a team. We do it as a team. Teamwork is what determines the flow of the culture within the institution. If you see on my top right, I've got a flag there that is written Dream Team. That is 2020 Customer Service Week theme. The theme now, it speaks about a team, understanding our position within the organization, understanding the importance of every individual within the institution or organization or company, that they form part of the dream team. They form part of they are part of the ultimate goal. For us men, we take most of our time watching soccer. You cannot have a striker that says I'm the best in the team, but the striker cannot take the ball from defense past to midfield until he goes and scores. In order for him to score, there's a network of passes that comes from defense, midfield, until it gets to striker, and then he scores. And the celebration is not an individual celebration, but it's a team celebration. So the mentality of customer service now, it's something that cuts across the entire organization. Not that traditionally you would see that when you walk into an institution and then someone just says to you, what do you want? Customer service, go to that department. No, it's not, we've gone past that. Everyone within their area or sphere of influence, they need to understand the aspect of customer centricity to say who comes first is the customer. I always share this experience wherever I speak on customer service. To say at one time I had a very exceptional customer experience when I got to OR Tambo in SA. I decided to use the bathroom. When I got into the bathroom, there was this lady. She's responsible for cleaning the bathrooms. But the way she made me feel when I got there, she greeted me and says, "Good day, sir. How are you? Please welcome to my office. I am at your disposal should you need anything." I looked at her twice. I said, "Oh God, where am I?" That was the least place that I expected to get that. So understanding that we all work as a team to say, when we walk into an institution, like I said, you don't need a second chance to make the first impression. There's a grouping of people that are always left out when it comes to issues of teamwork and issues of customer service. When you walk into any building or any office, the first person that you find is the security officer. And when you get there and you find that guy is very rude, he determines your emotions and attitude. By the time you get to the receptionist, you're emotionally charged. How so? Because of the treatment that you got from the person that you first met. So it is important that the entire organization understands that in order for us to have good customer service, all of us have got a part to play within the institute, starting from the least to the top. And at times you realize that when we go for customer service training, you talk to a CEO, he tells you, "Yes, Oliver, my people need training. Please train them." And I now refuse just to train the junior staff before training the senior staff, because it is the people that are in the senior management that need to implement some of these things. So some of the things you say to junior staff, but they never implemented. Why? Because if the senior managers, they don't follow that. So customer service has become a culture. And if it has become a culture, the entire organization needs to understand that we all have a part to play. In order for us to succeed, we need very good teamwork. Right. So this is where it matters. The voice of the customer. We are customer centric. We put our customer first, right? We are a team. But all that does not make sense if we don't listen to the customer. the aspect of feedback, like I indicated in the beginning, is very important. It helps us to improve. Without feedback, we don't know where we stand. Without feedback, we cannot rate ourselves. Without feedback, we cannot give good customer service. So we need also a senior management in the strategic management meeting or in the strategic management boardroom when we're starting and deciding on all those things. We need to have time to listen to the voice of the customer. What the customer says. So I think the power of the voice of the customer has increased. A social, mobile, digital media helping buyers become more knowledgeable, elevating customer expectations and raising the stakes for the business. Our customers have become knowledgeable. They understand things. They know things. By just sitting on my machine, I can understand what's happening in Nigeria. By sitting on my machine, I can understand what's happening in Togo. I can understand what's happening in Ghana. Whilst I'm the king of my first team. So, how do I know that? Even if your organizational company has not said anything about themselves, but somewhere on social media, somewhere on the internet, a customer is going and say something about you. So there is need for us to understand the importance of the voice of the customer. To say, when a customer is spoken, how do we react? How do you react? In customer service, a complaint is a blessing. In customer service, a complaint is a blessing. How is it a blessing? It helps us improve. It helps us better. It helps us maintain. It helps us exceed the limit. So it's important to understand the voice of the customer. So in understanding the voice of the customer, we don't always wait for the customer to come to us to say, but we also take initiatives to go back to our customers, to go and listen to what they're saying, to go and listen to their concerns. So voice of the customer initiative allow companies to access the mind of their buyers and analyze customer feedback. We go back to the customer, we go to the people that we're doing business with, ask them, understand, what are they saying? Coming back to the magic word, it's engaging. We need to engage with these people. We need to understand what they're saying, right? Because without understanding, remember, we want to satisfy these people. In order for us to satisfy them, we need to know exactly their needs. So voice of the customer now is important to develop a marketing plan. We know what to say and what not to say. We know what to bring forth and what not to bring forth, because we understand what the customers want. So the voice of the customer, again, it helps us improve customer experience and relations. There are things that we do, thinking that we are creating the best experience, but not knowing its impact to the customer. So when we speak to the customer, we understand the impact, we understand how that is affecting the way they relate and deal with us. So we need to, the voice of the customer now, it helps us improve customer experience and relationships, right? Again, the voice of the customer now, it helps us to train our service personnel. I've seen a very good initiative by many institutions. You walk into an institution, you find there's a suggestion box. Very good. But disappointingly, when you look at the suggestion box, you look at the key locking the suggestion box, it's rusty. It's dusty. Showing that it has never been opened. No one has ever bothered. So people, they come here, they write whatever they say, they read the service, they put their small paper in that box, no one says anything. So engaging the customer, creating a platform or mechanism for customers to air their voices is one thing. Taking time to go and listen, analyze, hear, and implement what the customers are suggesting is another thing. So we cannot please a customer if we don't know what they're doing. So we need to look at the voice of the customer. What are they saying? And how can that help us improve our relationships? How can that help us improve an experience? And what training is required by our people? Because we need to kind of training we need to put across. And how do we know the training that we need to put across? We need to know that from the affected people. The voice of the customer, again, it improves support, sales, and conversations. So when we're talking to people, we understand what needs to be done. We need to understand the cultures, different religions. We need to understand the different terrains, through understanding of the customer. So there's a need for us to listen to the voice of the customer. Come up with surveys, market research surveys that helps us solicit for information, to understand what people say. Business intelligence, to have people that are on the ground there, listening to what people are saying about us. So it is important that we also take that into account, the voice of the customer. So when we have done that now, we then come to what we call service excellence. Service excellence is when we are giving the best service and we can sit back and, you know, I always smile when I look at people's missions, visions, and so on. The world class, the best in class, the most amazing, this, right. And when you walk into the institution, right behind the receptionist, there's a set of values. And in most institutions that you go into, I bet with you, one of them is the best customer service provision and so on. Person is right behind them. There's a value that say to put customer service first, but the person is yelling at you. The service excellence now, it improves the relationships between clients and organizations. Remember what I said, we need relationships now more than ever with our clients, because COVID-19 has shown us that only people that are loyal to the brand are the people that come and do business with us. So service excellence only comes in to improve the relationship between the organization and the clients. Promotion of innovation and creativity, right? Having that room to say, you know, the desire, appetite for the best, appetite for excellence, the appetite, right, to keep golden standard, not mediocrity, but golden standard, service excellence. Recognition of employees who deliver service excellence is that's another issue, because within the institutions, again, we need to come back and say, within our team, there's someone who's been exceptional, and we need to come up with a rewarding system of rewarding such people. When you do that, what does that do? It only motivates others to do well. So recognition of employees who deliver excellent services is also very important. Services that are designed and delivered with clients in mind. When you are sitting down thinking of selling and marketing your product, are you doing that thinking of the profits and the money that you're going to get out of it? Are you doing that calculating the profit margin? Yes, that's the core of business, but you never have that profit if you don't have good customer service. So you need to sit down before you even think of the profit margins. You need to think on how you're going to improve customer experience as people interact with your product. How are they going to feel? Are they going to appreciate this? What feelings are going to be ignited by provision of this service? What feelings are going to be ignited by this product? So you need to decide and think with the client at the back of our mind. Donald Porter once said, customers do not expect you to be perfect. They do expect you to fix things when they go wrong. That's very important. We cannot please everybody. We cannot always solve problems. That's impossible. But what clients only want to see from us is an effort. Once they've got a problem when they interact with your product and service, right? What do you do thereafter? Do you show that you care? Do you put an effort to address the problem? Because when you don't put an effort, you are ignorant. You're adamant. You don't listen to what people are saying. Then customers will walk away. But if you put an effort, someone comes in, you realize that this person really has a problem, and our system has got a problem here.
Hi, Dr. Oliver. I'm sorry to cut you, doctor. Hello, can you hear me, dog? Hello, dog. Okay. Dog, can you hear me, please? Can the others hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. I think it has been a very insightful discussion and a presentation, I must say. It resonates so well with me because probably I find myself in the service industry, which is the banking industry. And I must say it's been a lot of deep insights this afternoon. So Doug, if you can hear me, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you for the great presentation on behalf of CILG Ghana and CILG Africa. And I'll say a few takeaways for me before I give the floor for questions, is that you cannot satisfy a customer you do not understand. Very, very key. Empower the frontline staffs because they are the ones giving us the best of service to our customers. So if we get them empowered, it means that we are sure we are going to get the best out of our team. And I also took a few notes on your customer centricity. You gave us about 6 points. I'll mention about 2 or 3, and then I know others can also add a few to it. You said we should protect our customer. We should listen and listen and listen. Listening is key. I think so too. Engage with our customers at all times. We should assist our customers. We should support. I think I've said everything. And we should educate customers. So on this note, I'd like to say a great thank you on behalf of all of us, and I'll open the floor for questions. Thank you so much. But Doug, are you there for answering all of the questions, please? It looks like we've lost you. I can't hear you.
Okay, so what we can do now is, whilst we get the questions from participants for the summit, we also have other country directors and other professionals who are on board who could also equally give us their insight and perspective to the questions that are being put on the floor. So those of us who are ready can ask the question directly to the moderator, and the moderator can direct the question to other individuals, other participants, directors and other ones who are on board who can also handle that.
Okay, so please, I'm all ears for your questions. Please let the questions flow.
Okay, the first question, this question is from one of our social media pages. You know, we are streaming on 9 different pages on Facebook, and one of the pages called The Occupy. The first question in now is, how importantly this one is from Yajuan. I hope he is a Ghanaian. How importantly do you think it is to work collaboratively with other customer service representatives and teams across a company? So that's a question. How importantly do you think it is to work collaboratively with other customer service representatives and teams across a company?
Okay, so may I ask if Dr. Justice can assist us with this question, if it's fine by you?
Dr. Justine.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. First of all, it was an insightful conversation in terms of customer service. Going straight to the question, I think it's referring to collaboration between departments and collaboration between the different customer service representatives. In any organization, collaborative capital is fundamental to achieving the organization's objectives. So when you are a customer service representative, you have to collaborate with others because it builds intelligence around the subject matter. When you collaborate with others, you tap into their insights and you get to improve in terms of the implementation of the customer service activities. So it is highly important to collaborate in any customer service engagement.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doug. Okay, I can see Dr. Oliver Museka back. Doc, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry for that. I lost in connection there.
Yes, yes, I realized that. Thank you so much. We were actually saying that your presentation was great, and we really had great deep insights on the presentation. And I actually started by saying a few takeaways that I have gotten. And then there was a question. So Dr. Justine assisted us with a question. It was on collaboration. If there was a need for you to collaborate with other partners of your organization in terms of customer service. And I think Dr. Justine has just answered it brightly. So I don't know if you would add up or we should go to the next question.
I think Prof. Nanefia's answer is also up.
Okay, Prof.
Prof, kindly unmute yourself.
Right, I'm trying to. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Prof.
please.
Good. Thank you, Dr. Oliver. I took quite a lot from it myself. And I have one question. You mentioned empowering the frontline staff. I'm wondering, what ways can you suggest to us? Practical ways can you suggest? If you have any examples, I love that one. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Prof. Doc, please, I don't know if you're okay to answer us now.
It's fine, I can, but I reserved an area for question and answer at the end. But let me just quickly answer the two questions. The one on collaboration. When it comes to issues to do with any industry specific professionals, there is need for collaboration. Why is that important? It's important because you share ideas, you share experiences on how you provide the best customer service. I've noted with amusement the way they do it in Zambia. They even have got a customer service professionals group, which I'm also part of. It's quite interesting because each time a customer complains, be it on social media or wherever, people take screenshots and they place on the group. And when they place on the group, other people they comment and give suggestions and also notify the customer service personnel on how important it is for them to swiftly respond to that. So if you look at that, it edifies on the customer service that we have. The unfortunate part is we always see at colleagues from other companies or other organizations as competitors, which is very, very wrong. Right. To answer Prof on the second question, there are small etiquettes, customer service etiquettes, that we have noted with concern when it comes to frontline officers. Notably, communication also entails the body language. So at times you realize that the behavior of the people by the front office does not warrant them to be in the front end, and they need to be educated. I indicated of a meet and greet attitude, but there are some institutions when you get to, the person by the reception does not even stand to greet you. They look at you as if they are surprised, as if they're seeing someone else. If they were browsing through a newspaper, they continue browsing through a newspaper, waiting for you to say something. If the person has got a call that is coming in, be it personal, the person just takes the call without even apologizing or asking from the customer to say, may I kindly take this call? So those are small things in customer service, but they really matter. And understanding your customers, like I indicated, it's very important to say what kind of people are we dealing with and how do we need to uphold ourselves. I'll give an example to say, if you're in the art industry and you walk into the office wearing a suit and a tie, like what I'm doing myself, people will be surprised. People will not be comfortable with you because the environment does not warrant that. It wants someone who's casually dressed. But there are some situations that really want you to dress to the occasion. Even the language, the choice of words that you use to the level of that particular people that you're talking to.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just to add to it, I'll say that because I work in the banking industry, a few tips I can give in empowering our frontliners. So first of all, you should have some sort of service level agreement, some sort of standard. So the frontliners are in tune. They know that this is the standard of the establishment. So for instance, when you come to my establishment, there is a simple acronym, which is SMILE. So it's a standard for all frontliners. At all times, you need to smile. And smile basically means that the S is to smile. Actually smile and let me see your teeth. The M is actually to mention your name. So that is a rapport. You are trying to build a relationship with the customer. Then the I is actually for you to be interested in what the customer is telling you. And we have different facial expressions. When you are talking to someone and you are nodding your head, the person knows that at least I am engaged, I am listening, I'm being heard. The L goes back to what Dr. Oliver said, listen, listen, and listen. And then the E is to express thanks to the customer. So if you all understand this, and we've actually made it a service level agreement, or we've made it a standard for the branch or the bank, then it means that at all times we are being measured with this. And there are so many mystery shoppings that goes on in my own branch. Another way I also do this is also to put some sort of role model, or maybe to empower people by awarding or rewarding them. Let me put it like that. So you reward people if they show very great customer experience to customers, and then you put their faces. Well, what I do is to put their faces on them, maybe the role model of the month or the role model of the quarter, and it comes with a cash reward as well. So not just your face on the wall, but also a cash reward. I think these are all things to incentivize frontliners and also to make them more empowered and set up good customer-centric attitudes. Thank you so much. I don't know if we have any questions.
I could add to that in terms of empowerment from a strategic point of view. We need to look at the scope of the customer service staff, because in most instances when we talk of customer service, we talk of these issues of smile and greeting the customer, and we are more like creating robots in people that when you meet someone, smile. And eventually we see people smiling, greeting the other customers, and no results come out of it. So when you're looking at it from a strategic point of view, it takes the issue of job enrichment, so that people don't smile because there is a sticker that says smile. People smile because they enjoy what they are doing. But in most organizations, people are told to smile and they don't want to smile. So they have fake smiles. There's a sticker that says smile, greet the customer, and all that. And people just follow that. It becomes a routine. But we need to empower people to enjoy their job and to be strategic in their thinking, with or without a sticker that says smile. People should smile in organizations. But there are a whole lot of issues that happens in organizations that leads people to carry fake smiles. And eventually, we will not achieve the results. So job enrichment, broadening the scope of work, and ensuring that the customer service staff understands the nature of their duties and they perform to standard without following some rubrics that we give to them. So that could also help to broaden that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Justine. Thank you so much. Okay, I don't know if we still have any questions, please.
Yes, there is also another question. I don't know if you have the other country directors, if you have a question on your page, kindly bring it, or else maybe after this question, we might have to move on to the next section. Because of time, it's almost 12:12. This question is from another person. This question, hello? This question is from another person. His name is Eric Kumi. And his question is, what do you do when you don't know how to help a customer? What do you do when you don't know how to help a customer?
Hello, Dr. Oliver.
Yes, that's quite interesting. It's interesting that there are people that don't know how to handle a customer. The basis of customer service, 90% of it, should I say 80 to 90% of it is communication. So good interpersonal skills and good communication skills, they form the bulk of customer service. So for one to be able to handle customers, that person should have good interpersonal skills. Like what Dr. Justin is saying, to say, when you put a tag to say smile, it's okay, but it's not okay. You never have a template to use on customers. Remember, you're interacting with different people. And one template that you can use on Genevieve, Genevieve can walk into my office and say, "Good day, madam, you're looking great. I actually like your dress. It sits well on you," as a way of starting a conversation. And then she'll smile and say, "Thank you." You use the same template on a different person. The person will shout at you to say, I didn't come here for all this. I came here for business, and you're now busy hitting on me. So it's very important to understand the customers. Like I was saying, to say, we need to know our customers. When a customer walks in, we need to know the person that we're talking to. So it's all about interpersonal skills, being calculative on what to say and when to say it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Please, can we take the last question there is? Okay.
I'll come in again to support what Dr. Museka is saying. I think I am of the view that in customer service, no one should say, "I know how to help customers." Because if you say you know how to help customers, you are being rigid in your thinking and it affects how you serve. But when we look at the rubrics that you indicated, you need to listen. And listening is putting yourself in a position to learn, to inquire, and then to respond. So when you listen, you are inquiring on the issue and you are preparing yourself on how to tackle that issue, whether to refer it to the next person or you can handle that particular issue. So we need to listen, inquire, engage the customer before we make a response. So in customer service, we should not say, "I am an expert. I know all the answers." When a customer walks in, I can answer, because we have different situations that come to us.
Thank you so much, Doug. I really resonate with this as well. Thank you very much. And please, can we take the last question so we can move to the next speaker, please? Thank you. Please, do we have a last question? Okay.
Well, there's also another one on another page. And it says that this one too is from Kwesi Archery. What will you do if a frustrated customer complains about a widely known problem with the company's product?
Dr. Oliver, please, are you taking it for us?
Come again, Doc.
What will you do if a frustrated customer complains about a widely known problem with the company's product?
I'm struggling to get you there.
What will you do if a frustrated customer complains about a widely known problem with the company's product?
That's very interesting. The first thing that you do as a customer service professional, you don't lay blame on any of your team members. Remember, we are a team, and if we're having a problem, we need to collectively take responsibility. So you don't blame any of your team members. But what you need to do, if it's new, give an ear to the customer, listen, and show that you are willing to assist and to help. Indicate to the customer that you are in it together and you're going to see the customer through. You understand that this problem is perennial within the institute. What you then need to do is, you then later after meeting the customer, you engage the internal staff. Remember what we said about internal customer service. you need to engage the internal customers and come up with a solution. Whilst you are doing that, because the external customer has been affected, you need to communicate with the customer. If it's a problem that needs to be solved and resolved within a certain period of time, I would say if internally you know that that problem can be resolved within 3 days, don't give the client 3 days to the resolution. Indicate to the client that it's going to take us about 5 days to resolve this problem. So that you give a room and an allowance for you to engage the internal customer. Picture this. If someone is expecting to get a response or solution to a problem within 5 days, and then after 3 days, you call the person to say, we have come to the solution. It seems that we have solved this particular problem. Just imagine the impression that you give to the person. So you give room, listen to the client as if a problem is new. We've got a tendency by many customer service professionals to say, when someone comes and says, I've got this problem, this is, I know this. Even Dr. Asare have told him that we always have this problem and he's not doing anything. You're not the first one to complain. You don't turn your gun towards fellow teammates. No, the gun is shown to an enemy. So you shoot towards the enemy. You protect the team, you protect the organization, you protect the brand, and deal with internal issues later, not in front of the customer.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Dr.
Can I suggest something, please? Good day.
Yes, good day, Jenny.
First of all, I'm very privileged to be amongst you all. I was invited by one of your board members. As regards the question, in my understanding and in my opinion, first of all, when you admit within you that the error is coming from your side and from the institution at large, communication is great, but now what are you communicating? You will bear with me that it is not what you say that matters, it's how you say it. Now, that being taken into consideration, I think the first thing to exercise there is empathy, because the customer or the client is in deep frustration. The first thing we have to emphasize there, or to exercise there, is what we call the empathy. Now, once you exercise the empathy, we have to do a warm apology. There is a warm apology that comes after the empathy. And once the apology is met, there is a smooth communication, and then you provide the necessary remedy for what has happened. For example, if the customer has an expired product at hand, like this product is expired, I'm about to buy this and I'm in urgent need of it. After exercising empathy and apologizing, and you have to provide the necessary remedy. So the long and short of it is that first, we exercise empathy. Second, we apologize in a smooth communication way. And then we provide the necessary remedy as soon as possible. Pointing blame at anyone will not bring anything to short. It will not bring anything to conclusion. It is just to take it at hand and as fast as possible. That is just my opinion.
Thank you so much. Please, I didn't get your name. What's your name?
Blessing Indolo.
My name is Blessing Ndolo, Cameroonian.
Thank you so much. That was a great contribution. I've seen 2 more questions, but because we want to stick to our time, I don't know if Dr. Bediako, please, are you there?
Yes,
can we skip questions and move on, or we should give the 2 questions a brief answer and then we can move on, please? What do we do?
Okay. Let's give the 2 questions a brief answer, then we can move on. Yes.
Okay. Doc, please, did you see the question? Can you read it for me? My screen keeps going on and off.
Is it from the chat?
Yes, please.
Yes. What does CIML stand for?
Okay, I've answered that.
Okay.
I've answered that, but then there is another one. It was asking about a customer who keeps complaining all the time, no matter what you do. How do you handle such a customer? So that was the first one I saw.
Okay. Then I don't have that here.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah.
Dr. Oliver or Dr. Justine or anyone, if you could please answer this question briefly for us. How do you deal with a customer who seems to complain about everything? I'll say a chronic complainer or a chronic customer. How do you deal with such a person? everything seems to be a problem for such a customer.
Thank you so much. Like I indicated when I was speaking of different kind of customers, that we also have what we call chronic complainer customers, who even when you do good and you do bad, they always come and complain. The first thing that I always say to customer service professionals is you need to protect yourself. That's the first thing. How do you protect yourself? You need to understand that what you are doing, you are not doing it on your behalf or for yourself, you are doing it on behalf of the company. And when you understand that you are doing it on behalf of the organization of the company, a company does not have emotions, does not have feelings. So the first thing that you need to do is you protect yourself, never put emotions or feelings onto these issues. That's why we always preach the gospel of empathy, not of sympathy. If you put emotions and feelings, you will be hurt. So once you understand and know that this person is a chronic complainer, all that you need to do as a customer service professional, you don't need to give the person an attitude because they complain. You give them your best, but without taking all that to the heart. Remember, chronic complainers, they go in hand in hand with abusive customers. There are customers who, when they come in, they just abusive. They instead of commenting on what they want, they comment on your dress, what you're dressing, you're looking good. What kind of dressing is this? You are chubby, you are too big for customer. That has got nothing to do with the product. But if you understand the customer that you are dealing with, you protect yourself first, and then you bring up your A game because you understand the person that you're dealing with.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.